Join the conversation. Follow Jason on Twitter. And don't forget to visit the live show fan page on Facebook.
The truth is the fight starts today. What are we doing today? It was like, if you didn't listen to the episode with Chris Ann Hall, you've got to go back and listen to that one, because you could tell how angry she was when we started talking about 4 years from now. And I'm still seeing stuff. 2020. Now we got to think about 2020. No, we got to think about today. People said this was an election. When they elected Trump, they wanted the outsider. This was about shaking up Washington. No, it wasn't. You want to know how I know? Look at how many incumbents got reelected. Look at how many people who are already in Congress, who already have seats, that we reelected. We didn't throw the bums out. We didn't go find those Republicans who weren't conservative and liberty-minded people and throw them out in the primaries. This wasn't an election about shaking up Washington. It had nothing to do with that. If that was the case, we would have seen a massive transition of power from old dog Republicans to new conservative, liberty-minded Republicans, and we didn't see it. This was not about shaking up Washington. It wasn't about a rebuke of Washington. And we now have 2 years before the next set of people are going to run for Congress and run for the Senate. And we have a responsibility to make sure that we do everything we can to have well-trained, well-educated candidates to run for local and state offices. If all you did was ignore national politics and focus exclusively on your own district, and what makes it hard for me is I cannot keep up with your district or your city council or your mayoral race. You have to keep track of that stuff. You have to be intimately involved with it. You have to be willing to fight for it. You got to spend time, not in the last 6 months of the election campaigning for your candidate, crummy as they may be. You need to be spending time today working on either preparing for 2 years from now when you run for that seat, or you need to be preparing and supporting whoever is going to be that person. That's how you win. We're going to have our hands full, guys, over the next couple of years. Donald Trump is not a conservative. Donald Trump is certainly not a libertarian. He does not hold our values. The guard is going to be down. Republicans are going to have their guards down. See, normally when we've got a Democrat in office, now all of a sudden these pro-liberty people who are these pro-conservative folks are all up in arms about every single thing that the Democrats do. But when a Republican is in office, all that stuff gets swept under the rug. If you need evidence of that, just go back to when Bush was in office. Bush had no child left behind. He dramatically increased the debt and the deficit of our country. This was before the wars, too, guys, so don't talk about it. It's not just because of the wars. The wars just exacerbated the problem. They did nothing but expand the size and the scope of government when George Bush was in office. A lot of people don't even realize that. Because when there's a Republican in the White House, the liberty movement is asleep at the wheel. It's not going to happen anymore. I won't allow it. We're going to continue to grow, and we're going to be in a very good position 2 years from now. Can you imagine where we've come in 2 years from 0 to 40,000 people? Where we're going to be 2 years from now? 200, 300,000 people? Where we're going to be 4 years from now when 2020 rolls around? The question is, can we do anything with that army of people? Are you guys couch potato armchair quarterbacks, or are you people who really believe in these things and are willing to fight for them? We're already laying out our game plan in ways that we can support this movement continuously, not just from behind this microphone, but also outside of it. And we're going to continue to push here with what little resources we have to do as much as humanly possible to spread this message. But if you guys think that you can pawn this off on somebody else, you got another thing coming. This takes every one of us working every single day. And guys, I want to thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for listening to what we're doing. And if you want to be part of it, one of the first things you can do, you can go to Twitter and you can sign up there. My handle is at Jason_Stapleton. Jason_Stapleton. You can join me on Twitter. I send out a lot and I do a lot of discussion there. You can also join our private Facebook group by going to jasonstapleton.com/Facebook. That will take you there. And that's a way for you to stay engaged all year round. Finally, and most importantly, is you can come back here and listen to the show every day. Listen to the show, subscribe, and share. And if you will do those things, guys, we will have dramatic change over the next couple of years. And when it comes around again, there won't be any of this Gary Johnson, Bill Weld business. We'll have found a good candidate who is well-trained, who is articulate, and who can spread the message of liberty. The question is, will we have another opportunity like we just had? If we don't, we're going to have to make one. Will you join me? I hope you will. Until tomorrow, guys, be safe, be good. I'll talk to you then.